Alright, Ginan, I'm going to show you a short method of how to divide like a expression and a polynomial, okay? So that you don't have to do this long division method. So basically this method is called synthetic division, okay? And it's very user-friendly if you ask me. So basically what you do is you just basically do this, right? And then you see this expression here, it's x squared plus 6x plus 9. So this expression itself has a descending powers, x squared followed by the x term followed by a constant term. So that means we can actually put the coefficients of each term. So the coefficient of x squared is 1, the coefficient of positive 6x is plus 6, and then the constant term itself, we write it down because we don't basically write down its coefficient but the constant term in and of itself, okay? So we write down the coefficients and the constant, okay? And all three of them are present there. There's no like in between term that's there as well. Then since we have x plus 2 here and we want to check this out, the division, what we do is we actually write out the value of x. All right, so we take the expression x plus 2, make it equal to 0, and then what we want to do is want to check negative 2, right? So we always write the inverse of the positive 2 as the value that we are going to write on the outside. And so what we simply do now here is this first coefficient of x squared, we are going to drop it down here, right? And then all we are going to do is we're going to take this negative 2 and multiply with 1. Negative 2 times 1, all right? So I'm going to multiply negative 2 times 1 gives me negative 2, all right? And then I'm going to add these two numbers and write whatever sum that I get from these two numbers down here. So 6 minus 2 gives me 4. Then I'm going to repeat this process. I'm going to say negative 2 times now this positive 4. So negative 2 times positive 2, negative times positive is negative, and then 2 times 4 gives me 8. So 9 minus 8, I'm going to add again. 9 minus 8 gives me positive 1. All right, and basically here at this spot is where I actually stop. So if I have a 1 there, then that simply means that I have a remainder, which is that value. But if there was a 0 here, it would mean that there is no remainder, okay? Which would definitely then mean that x plus 2 is a what? A factor of x squared plus 6x plus 9. Because whenever an expression, a binomial term, binomial expression, when divided, we leave no remainder. It means that that particular expression or binomial is a factor of the polynomial. But since there's a 1 here, it means that x plus 2 goes into x squared plus 6x plus 9 but leaves a remainder of what? Of 1. Okay, and the question would be, what is the answer that we get? So in other words, if we look at x squared divided by x, we get a x. So that means we have x, so the coefficient would be 1 but the variable was x, and then here this is minus 4, all right, and the remainder is 1. So the answer is x minus 4. When we dividing x plus 2, x squared plus 6x plus 9 divided by x plus 2, we get x minus 4, but the remainder is 1. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense and that helps you with synthetic division. If you need another example, just let me know, I'll give you one.